Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, how you doing? If you're returning, what's going on? Please subscribe. You know me. Oh my God. Last night, how was that live for you? Do you not love Kelly or why? Oh my God, she's such a blessing. She really is. All right, we've got a lot to talk about, so grab your coffee. And it hits your soul like that. And then, you know, of course, your Snickers, your chocolate, your cake, chocolate cake. So let's get into it. So America is well into a growing food crisis. Okay, we all know this. We're seeing it. Okay, empty shelves, no baby formula, but we know where the baby formula went. Okay, and serious egg shortages too. And if you are finding eggs, they're literally the most expensive eggs you're buying, right? Now, there's also a major hiccup in the chain of chicken products. Wayne Farms previously recalled 30,285 pounds of ready-to-eat chicken breast fillet products, okay? And because they were, they may have been undercooked, all right? And that is, according to the USDA. Now, the recall was originally issued on April 29th, but it was reissued to expand to 585,030 pounds on May 7th. Now, when the original recall did not root out the undercooked chicken, they did it again. And the FDA added that the chicken was packaged between February 7th and April 30th. The recall affects products with the line EST 2014 on the case and packaging. The packages also have product codes 23618, 24357, 24512, 24583, 24957, with 66 different use by dates ranging from May 10th, 2022 to May 29th, 2023. Now, this problem was discovered when the firm received a customer complaint that the RTE chicken product appeared to be undercooked. And FSIS is concerned that some products may be in consumers' or restaurant freezers and refrigerators, and consumers are urged not to eat these products, and restaurants are urged not to serve the products, and these products should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase, okay? Now, no one has reported any illnesses or injuries or anything like that. Now, the recall from Wayne Farms is not the first problem with the chicken production chain. And millions of ducks and chickens and other poultry across the U.S. and Europe have died because of the bird flu scare. And early in May, Oklahoma became the 31st state to confirm that the flu had reached its borders, with the Sooner state joining the nation and beginning to institute mass euthanization of poultry to try and stop the advance of the disease. And more than 35 million birds in the U.S. have died or been killed due to this flu. And this is the second worst spread of the disease in history. Now, France, they had to cull 16 million of these birds. And the disease has also been found in Britain, Italy, and Spain. So I wanted to get that out to you. Now you know what I always say when it comes to recalls. Do with it what you will. Take it with a grain of salt. But as always, safety first. So I'm just putting that out there for you. So Spain, okay, they're expected to produce the lowest volume of fruit in 40 years, okay? And this is due to frost that hit its fruit production regions in early April, especially in the Ebro, and that's EBRO Valley, and that's one of Europe's most important producing areas of sweet fruit. So you know that every resource that I get, I always put the links in the description box below. Okay, so you guys will always have that. So expectations that that are a priority will be given to these large buyers, okay, for the fruits and stuff like that for your stores and whatnot, who take into account the quality of the product and the 35 to 45% increase in production costs. There's been this year, much to the detriment of speculative destinations that are only interested in prices. According to Africat, there will be a lower impact on apples and pears as the frost didn't affect that crop that much, and the farmers were able to apply treatments. Unfortunately, these figures do not take into account major damage to apricots caused by severe hailstorms that struck the region on May 2nd, and that was resulting in the loss of the fruit and widespread damages to trees. So practically 100% of the crop has been destroyed, affecting millions of kilos of fruit. Okay, so I wanted to get that out to you as well. Now, I'm sure you all have heard by now about the water levels at Lake Mead and what they are finding because of the water levels at Lake Mead. I don't want to get into what they're finding because it's creepy as all heck, you know. But I'm sure there's some higher up of the mob bosses that are going, oh, shite. You know what I mean? So, a better way to describe the current decline of water in Nevada, California, and other states is the ratification of the American West, in which the region will become drier and more arid over long term. And that's already playing it out in many parts of the region where wet winters do not translate to wet summers, as the soil does not retain the same amount of water from the previous year. So, you know, they're finding horrifying things that I'm not even going to touch because, I mean, it's just, you know. But water levels at Lake Mead for the month of April were at 1,054 feet above sea level. Okay, and this is according to the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation. But last year, around the same time, it was at 1,079 feet, and in 2020, it was at 1,096 feet. A pronounced ring has wrapped around Lake Mead, showing clearly where the previous water break reached and far above where the current water levels sit right now. So I wanted to talk about that as well, to get that out to you, because I know a lot of you guys live out there and your water resources come from Lake Mead. All right. So, a subscriber actually was having a conversation with her husband about all of this, and she said, my husband has been sharing with me the thoughts for the last 2 or 3 months, the theory of what's causing the extremely low levels of the water content at Lake Mead and other unusual depletions of water, such as reservoirs which provide household water. They have come to the possibility that they are draining slowly and stealthily, because history repeated has shown over decades in past droughts it has never been so depleted. The second theory that they came up with is they think that it has contributing to the energy crisis because the water is not reaching the turbine to produce energy. And oddly, water around the same time was added to the stock exchange for the first time ever. Yeah, and she said, I would appreciate it if you would think about it and discuss this with Trish. Well, I'm going to discuss it with everybody. So let's talk about this in the comment section. She said, I'm curious what our community would thinks about this theory. No one has discussed anything about this topic except for how low the water levels really are. Lake Mead supplies 5 states with electricity, 3 being heavily populated. Let's try and figure this out. They could easily pump water into Lake Mead. Yeah, so that's really good perspective on what's going on. All right, so on to this. But before I do, you know me. Commercial break. All right, so this subscriber said, so I just watched the news and to my surprise, although not really surprise, a Chinese warship has gone up and down our coast. Are people not seeing what's really going on here, what's happening here? Our government has sent so much military shite to the big U that we cannot defend ourselves now. And hello, here comes China. And then insult to injury, we have WA Day coming up, and in the ad they put a Chinese dragon. Wait a minute, what? You're in Australia and they're doing this? I have no problem with being multicultural, but they were not in the ad, only Chinese. And then this came in. She said, as if all the shite we are dealing with increasingly every day isn't enough, these comments brought more reality literally. Many of us could literally be swimming in shite. Lovely, isn't it? And this is what she's talking about. And I'll read them to you and then put them up for you. Hi, Stormy Buck. By midsummer, not only will there be more shortages, there'll be infrastructure problems everywhere, from electrical grid to water and sewage treatment plants. These all need periodic maintenance, which is now reliant on computer chips that we can no longer get. This will result in rolling blackouts, possible water contamination, and lack of raw sewage treatment, which will cause an increase in disease and infection comparable to what already now exists in third world countries. I can't believe I'm even having this conversation. A lot of us can't believe we're even having this conversation, but yet here we are. And here's the second one. I really, really hope that if our wastewater treatment plant is down, that absolutely no one will run the hose, the water in their house. I know, right? Ew. Or will back up into their bathtubs and eventually their sinks. I lived in apartments where the main line to the sewer was clogged, and that happened. If the WWTP is down, use the outside spigot. Right? And before I go, oh, Taco Bell. Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Card or exact change only. We have no coins. Thank you. God. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao. Right, Stormy?